Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Hyrule Chronicles. I believe this is episode 57.
Correct.
Yes.
Yay! I am the GM ArticulateT, and with me today, as always, I have, if I can get my tenses correct, I have Renji Vox being played by TheNetherlad.
Hello.
I have Hikan Sio being played by Alvarance.
Hello.
I have Ziden Shari being played by Robopirate.
Hi.
And I have Max being played by Keestrith.
Hello.
So, friends, what happened last time?
Last time on Hyrule Chronicles, the Storm's Eye crew attempted to get a new any % speedrun by stunlocking the mid-boss, glitching the item puzzle, and exploiting the wall climb ability to get straight to the boss.
Yes.
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 Important question: did we break the record?
I don't think
so.
anyone's done it this quickly.
Well, your only comparison is
we'll
Group
have to
1,
compare
and they took on
the,
Grasp
scoreboard.
last.
Yeah. We definitely did it faster than Group 1.
Yeah.
Really though, after defeating Gorgon the Zora in combat, the Storm's Eye took to the north, and through some expert acrobatics from Hikan, they grabbed a mysterious magic container. They then went to the big open courtyard and used Ziden spiders to climb the walls to Lord Grastel's chamber, where a fight ensued. They were victorious, but due to some form of magical effects from the mirrors in the room, it was unsure if the Lord was truly dead. With that mystery, the looming unknown identity of the third Lord of the Twilight Cartel, and the party beginning to run on fumes with 3 possible members of the cartel nearby, we come back to the party right after the battle with the Dusk Lord in his chambers.
Awesome. Nicely summed up. Yeah. So it is that we find ourselves back into the now pretty much trashed room of one Arthur Grastel. His body currently lies on the ground with kind of somewhat stretched proportions that kind of make it or indicate that he is not human, or at least not anymore.
I'm going to take my dagger.
Yeah.
The shadow dagger, and just I'll cut. What is he wearing, like armor-wise?
Let me have a look. I need to open up his character sheet again.
And was his flail magical or was he magical?
Let's see. Lord Arthur Grastel. Surprisingly, he wasn't really wearing anything that pertained to armor at all. He was wearing like thick, fine clothes, befitting a noble in a cold weather condition.
He wasn't expecting to have a fight in his house.
No, that's true. I'm just wondering, like, with my dagger, can I cut through clothing? Is he lying face up or face down, by the way?
He's lying, like, the upper half of his body is lying face down and his legs have kind of twisted to the side. Not like the opposite way, but it's kind of like he's
On his side and...
Yeah, it doesn't look
Okay.
comfortable how he
No.
lies. If you were
I
to
want
cut...
to...
Hmm?
Yep.
I was gonna say, if you were to cut his clothes with a knife, they would cut like fabric would.
Okay, so I want to cut across the back,
Mm-hmm.
and then I want to, like, try and cut the flesh to, like, just empirically, like, does it bleed? Does it feel like flesh? Because,
Can we try and identify what it is before you start stabbing it?
that's also a possibility. Like, while I do this, I would want to try and figure out, like, is this something magical that I know about or have read about?
That would be Arcana checks, if possible.
That is possible, and I will
I got
just do a
18.
normal roll. And that's a 21 for me. And a
21.
18 for Ziden.
Okay. It's hard to say. Like, as far as you're aware, there's no natural creature that's capable of doing this. You know that there are some magics that are capable of transforming one material into another, even part way. But the actual nature of this, at least without finding any further material that might explain the situation, it eludes you as to what it is. It's hard to tell. Like, at first thought, you might think it's a duplicate. Like, it's not necessarily a simulacrum because he would be a pile of snow by now, but he, and you're not sure if it's a clone because even a clone would have the normal biological functions of the original copy. It's generally speaking, you think it might, if it was any kind of duplicate, it might be he might constitute himself as a construct. But again, it's like the texture of the flesh doesn't, like, it feels rubbery and stretchy, but it doesn't feel like mud, so it can't be a mud golem. And it's difficult to tell. You might need to do a bit more hunting around the place, see if there's an actual answer somewhere.
I would challenge this, because you say it is hard to tell or it's difficult, but you're the DM. You know everything. It is not very difficult for you to tell.
I know, but it's difficult for you to discern.
We only rolled a 21 on Arcana.
Yeah.
Quick, look for his diary.
Yes. One of the things, like, how many books are there here?
At the desk behind you, there's a series of, like, notes and journals. Most of them contain information regarding business dealings and, like, general sort of day-to-day stuff. Not necessarily a personal journal as to speak of.
Because I would like to, like, investigate for maybe a minute or so. And if I don't find anything interesting or noteworthy, then all of the books go in the bag of holding.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'll even say that you, like, take 10 with this one, which will be your passive investigation
12
of
then.
12. So you kind of go through it. You can't seem to find anything that immediately indicates what it is that might have transformed him, or how he might have made a copy or something like that. You notice that for the most part there are a lot of bits and pieces detailing odd materials, like spell reagents mostly, but that's also compiled with X pounds worth of iron or steel or specific kinds of wood, that sort of thing. Stuff that you wouldn't expect anyone who lives on the top of a mountain in the middle of a snowstorm would really need.
Okay.
There is a chest in the room, though, at the foot of his bed.
Should we go back to the actual map? Or...
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Oh, yeah. I completely forgot.
No
Yeah,
worries.
we can't see the room right now.
Because as a DM, I'm staring at it.
that
it was like, oh, you clearly you can, but you can't.
Right. So all of the books on the desk, all of the notes go in my bag of holding.
Yep.
To be investigated at a later date. And I would like to check the chest for any sort of hidden locks or traps.
Okay, give me a perception check.
I will give you a perception check because you asked nicely. Well, you come out. It's more of a. Never mind. 1, so 9.
I was gonna go and do the help action.
Then again.
Roll again.
20.
20.
That makes much of a difference. Thank you.
You don't believe you find it. You find that it's not locked, and you don't believe you find any traps.
Then I open it.
Okay. Inside you find a pouch, like a small, a fairly sizable leather pouch actually, that's tied up with a golden string. You find 3 thick, heavy books, each bearing a cover that has elaborate religious iconography on the front. You find a gemstone that appears to be, at first glance, a diamond. And you also find a series of documents all written in common.
Okay. I glance over the documents quickly.
Mm-hmm.
See if there's anything specific.
You find that it is a personal, I say a personal journal. It is a kind of a sort of written record of a personal process. It seems that it mentions an individual by the name of Bartholomew, which references them as the priest. It also says that over a course of what appears to be 6 years, Grastel had been drinking a concoction that was supposedly, as far as he believed, part of a religious rite in the Church of Din, which he contributes to him being worthy of being a paladin of the Lady of Power.
Okay.
He describes the liquid as thick, viscous, and of a crimson color.
Okay. I hold up the document and will probably offer it to Ziden, Mara, on Max, or possibly even Flamgo. If this makes any sense with what we've seen for Lord Grastel's physicality.
Yeah, Max isn't gonna know.
Would we have any chance of knowing?
Make an Arcana check.
I'm a guidance myself.
Okay.
Guide me, spirits. 11.
11. Does Flam go now?
I'm gonna guide Flamgo.
Okay, roll a d4 for me then.
16.
16. And we'll say Mara as well, why not? See how she goes. 24. Well, I guess she is an alchemist.
Yeah.
So Mara kind of looks over the documents, looks through it, and then looks to the fallen form of Lord Grastel and kind of says, yeah, this... I'm not sure exactly what kind of potion or mixture it is, but it might be something to do with that, what he turned into. If that is him. It's... A lot of magical potions have the capability of changing people. Potions of enlargement, potions of polymorph, that sort of thing. Maybe this is something that is based off of a long-term exposure. And she hands the papers to Flamgo, who kind of looks over them and says, well, I'm more of an illusionist specialist myself, but I can imagine that would be the case, yes.
I take back the documents and put them in my bag of holding. You said there was the pouch?
Yep, a leather pouch with a golden string, and 3 thick tomes with very elaborate religious iconography on the front, and 1 diamond.
1 diamond, okay.
How valuable a diamond is it?
Damn it, 5e doesn't have an appraise skill. Give me a...
Does it look like you could use it for a revify or resurrect?
Give me a general intelligence check. And if
I
you
would
have
like to
jeweler's
muse
tools
a
by
lot
somehow,
and,
you can add
aid.
your proficiency on that.
Can I aid Ziden with
Yeah, sure.
with some musing?
Yeah, you can give Ziden the help action.
21.
At best estimate, you can roughly guess that this diamond might be worth 500 gold pieces.
Okay, we have
It's
it.
not too shabby.
I'll add that to my pile.
I'd like to check for vitals on Lord Grostel while everyone's doing their thing. I'd like to
Okay.
see if I can find a heartbeat, or if I can see, feel it. I will lean in my ear next to his nose to see if I can hear or feel breathing, anything along those lines.
Make a medicine check.
16.
With a 16, you find no pulse and you find no breathing.
Okay.
What's the word? Under all the stuff that you have found in the chest, kind of laid into the bottom of it, appears to be a golden item, which appears to be around about just under a foot in length and looks like a big golden North Star with a green gem set into the center of it.
Is it magical?
I will try and figure that out. Yeah.
Okay. If
But-
you're
but I will figure that out. I will look at it.
okay, I will stare at it.
Tell me your secrets, magical rod.
Let's see. You have a look at the item, at which point you find that it does contain magic, a fair bit of magic, actually.
What kind of schools?
Let's see. I just need to remind myself of what schools these certain spells belong to. Evocation,
Okay.
and I need to go to G. Abjuration.
Okay. Can I figure out if by touching or manipulating it, it would cause any adverse magic to happen upon us?
Make an Arcana check.
Little help, Ziden?
I shall give a help action.
That is... And I rolled it... I should have rolled it twice.
Roll it again.
21.
The last time you encountered an abjuration-specific spell or piece of magic, it was that statue that held persons on you.
Yeah. So, I get that same feeling here?
Yeah. You wouldn't put it past
Okay.
it.
Ziden, got a dispel magic ready, or do you
No.
think we'll leave
Max
it?
is gonna take one of the pillowcases off the pillows and just wrap it in that.
Okay.
Being able
As
not to physically touch it, I guess.
like
Max doesn't know if that will help, but you know.
yeah, it's an idea. So as you as you put the pillowcase around it, it doesn't seem to do anything, but it does do something when you lift it from the chest. I'd like everybody within 10 feet of that chest, which includes, it's Max, Renji, and Mara. I'd like all of you to make a Dex saving throw for me, please.
17.
Can I fail on purpose to push Mara out of the way?
If you want to, yeah.
I will do so.
Okay. Right. No, it's not that much. Let's. Okay. So, Mara gets shoved backwards as the pillowcase begins to expand quickly before it explodes in a gout of acid. Everybody who failed the check takes 13 points of acid damage, and everyone who passed takes 6. Unless you're a rogue with a high enough level, at which point you have evasion. and you take
I'm
nothing.
not there yet.
You're not there yet, so
and
take your
don't
6
think
acid
I
damage. sir.
will. I'm not entirely certain just yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Max is now swearing.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
pillowcase and the item that it once contained are now gone.
Yeah.
Presumably part of the nice big pool of acid at the foot of the chest.
Okay. Was it set up so that if you were to lift the chest, it would set off?
Make an Arcana check, and this might be an easy one.
Okay.
That's fine.
23.
You assume that it is, like, from the way that the spell reacted, you assume it was some kind of adjustment to a glyph of warding, which is probably why it didn't hit as hard as it did. But the, yeah, you assume that the command was if someone other than a designated person removes it from this chest, it would explode in such a fashion.
Aha. Was it put in the chest in like a sort of
It had a little very specific looking inlay at the bottom, like it was almost sunken in a little bit at the bottom.
Is that inlay still there?
Part of it is.
In a bit of a panic, Max is gonna cover his hands in healing potion.
Okay. I have a healing potion.
Renji is going to.
Yay, minimum health.
Oh.
Oh no.
No.
It's all that extra acid, you just wash it off,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's all the healing.
Yeah.
But at least he won't have the main problem he was trying to fix. In that all of his injuries heal with dragon scales. He doesn't want those on his hands.
No,
Yeah.
that's fair.
That's fair. Mara will tentatively hand you a replacement healing potion. Okay. Thank you.
Nod.
Do I hear anything? I'm walked out after the glyph went off. Do I hear or see anyone or anything moving towards this area?
Which area again? Sorry, I might use ping me.
We're in the room. I just went down to the south to the entrance.
Ah,
And
okay.
I'm standing outside the room itself.
Okay, there you are.
Beneath the giant scooters.
Yeah. Giant spooters. You don't seem. Oh well, give me a perception check actually. Just see about hearing
Absolutely.
things. 11. Other than the wind from the storm, you don't seem to hear anything. One thing you do notice while you're out here is that while there is a storm, it doesn't seem to be kind of entering into this courtyard. Like the howling winds are above you, but it seems almost as if this particular courtyard area is protected from it somehow.
Interesting. I'm gonna stand out here while everyone else finishes inside and be a first line of defense. Probably gonna take a
Yeah.
healing potion.
I thought they were having a short rest.
I don't know. But this chair, this desk. Can we find any hidden compartments? Because I'm pretty sure we've encountered one of those before.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
17.
With the 17, you do not seem to find any hidden compartments. Otherwise, it just appears to be a standard writing desk.
Good.
Perhaps considering the house is on top of a mountain, Grastel might have thought, don't need as many hidden compartments in a place that hardly anybody's going to turn up in.
Says the same guy who had an acid trap in his chest.
Quick,
That's
look
true.
under his carpet and under his bed.
No need for a perception check here. Underneath his carpet and bed is just solid stone.
Does Renji
Or
still have
that's
detect
what he
magic up?
wants us to think. I still have detect magic up, yeah.
Is the flail magical?
I will
The
look at the flail.
The flail is indeed magical.
Magical.
Yes.
What brand of magical?
I think it's
Generic magical, because I don't think this kind of enchantment has a particular school.
enchantment.
+1?
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Whatever it is, I can't use it.
Who needs a +1 flail? Can I use a flail?
I know someone that can use a flail.
Wait, is it a flail or is it like specifically a flail?
It is a flail. It is a 1 foot long rod of iron attached to a 1 foot long chain of iron with a flanged ball on the end of that chain.
I can't use flails. Can Mara use a flail?
Depends. Is a flail a martial weapon?
Yes.
I believe so.
Is it a
I'm
simple
looking-
martial
I'm looking-
weapon?
Right, I'm looking at the list.
Okay.
It's a martial melee weapon.
Okay, then Mara cannot use it. He has her light hammer is a simple weapon.
I could use it.
We should probably take it with us regardless.
Yes.
Into the bags of holding.
Into the bags of holding.
Yeah?
Specifically, yours or like Mara's or mine?
Yours, because you're the closest one to being able to use it.
Yeah. Okay. It would be like as effective as my regular packed weapon.
Depending on what enchantments it has.
True. I will. See. I will put it in the bag of holding for now, and
Okay.
figure it out later on.
Can your magic eyes see any other magic in the room?
I will check, and I will just look around the room.
Other than the residual magic that comes from those statues that now seem defunct and or broken, there isn't really much else in regards to magic within this room.
Okay. It looks clear.
Okay. So short rest, then go search the rest of the place?
Good idea.
Okay.
And I will, like, sit on the bed for a while. Try and rub my sore muscles. And... Okay.
Doing so great on healing, you guys.
Poor Flamgo. He got 6 health back from that.
Yay!
On 2d6 plus 6, I got 10.
Aw,
That is not great.
that is
I have all my hit points back. I only used 2 hit dice, and I have all my spells back because Warlock.
Mm-hmm.
Is Flamgo...
I got some HP.
Yeah.
Flamgo especially low on health?
yeah, because you kicked the shit out of him when you found him.
Ah, I see.
He didn't get hit by my lightning bolt.
No, but he got hit by everything else.
I'll come give him a single healing word for maximum healing.
What is the word?
Bird?
I'm gonna say, that's racist.
But it makes him feel so much better.
He doesn't know how to feel.
I'm not sure how to feel about this.
It's
But
how
it
the
is
magic
effective.
works. I have to identify what he is. He is at least partly a bird. And look how well it worked identifying that.
Yeah.
The universe agrees.
Fair enough. But yeah. So you spend a few minutes kind of just relaxing, allowing your aching muscles to unwind a little bit as you sit in the room. But yeah, you find yourself having an uneventful and otherwise, in spite of the situation, pleasant short rest.
Any change to Grostel during this time? Just out of curiosity, because
He hasn't.
the way that you
moved.
ended it last time, it was
Yeah.
like he might be dead, he might not be. So it's like, God damn it.
He hasn't moved at all since, like, since you started or anything. He's just been laying there.
After the short rest, do we need his body?
Or
Well, that's my question.
no,
All right, I
Shrug.
go over to it and
unless we
I.
specifically want to prevent him being resurrected.
Well, I have means for that, I think.
No. No.
I do summon my rapier.
Mhm.
No.
Why not?
Because that just feels like a very bad idea.
It'll solve at least one thing. It'll answer at least one thing.
Which is?
Whether or not this thing can come back.
Did you stab him earlier?
Flamgo.
Not to kill him
I mean, after he's dead.
with a shadow dagger specifically, which is not my back weapon.
This is like, I don't know which weapons to get special magic weapons and which aren't.
Okay, I pull like the dagger from my belt, which I always have. It's like, okay, this I do not summon. This one, and I drop my rapier into, well, the other dimension that it's stored in. That one I can summon, and I
But
pull it back.
all of your weapons have spooky black stuff around them.
Not this one, and I wave the shadow dagger around. This is just like,
The shadow dagger.
that's the name.
Flamgo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm going outside.
You used fire. Could you burn it?
I suppose I could. Seconds. Potters over. And then just kind of like wiggles his fingers around, and then just like before he does, are you sure?
Before he does that,
Yes.
just check
Oh.
his pockets for like keys and that.
Good thinking.
You check his pockets. After some rummaging around, you find nothing of note.
We do not find a note. Hmm.
Then I think. Yes.
Like, I was hoping that we could find like a note or a tag that would say like "Made in Holodrum" or something. But no.
Prophecy of the Twilight Cartel.
Yeah. Yeah. Seems like. Well.
If found, please return to Twilight Cartel.
It's just a warranty. It's just.
If torn, warranty void.
So it's like, well, okay then, and just like begins blasting the body with firebolt. It does not protest. It does not yelp in pain or anything like that. It just gets consumed by the fire until it is no more. Flam goes,
I could have done that without the smoke.
You didn't have to stay in there, Renji.
This was for traumatic effect. And I prestidigitate the smoke smell away. Making me smell like lavender again.
Where do we want to go?
We still have some people to find.
Gotta put the spiders outside.
And hopefully they can surrender without a fight.
There's the door.
Would we like to check to see if we can find the temple then, to see if Bartholomew is there?
Good thinking, yes.
Okay, I would like to lead the way to the Temple of Din.
It
Because
is
I've been there
a
before.
door.
Yeah! I opened the door.
Okay. Alright, give me a second to...
I have my rod and rapier at the ready.
Okay.
Uh-oh, it's that guy.
This large, elaborate room appears to replicate a church of some kind. The stained glass windows seem to weather the storm outside, and the walls are covered in the iconography of Din. You see two individuals in this room. First, you see Artemis, who is currently kind of waiting impatiently beside a man in white robes, wearing what appears to be a set of chainmail armor that is integrated with the vestments that he is wearing. One arm is strapped to a shield, another is kind of leaning on a warhammer that is planted to the ground as he kneels in prayer before this door in front of him. If you haven't decided to open the door in a stealthy fashion, Artemis looks over and notices you and says, Bartholomew, you've taken too long again. And the priest, Bartholomew, doesn't really move from his spot. He just kind of says, patience. Always must have patience in these factors.
I'm gonna go ahead and step in. About there so other people can file in as necessary.
Follow suit. And I want to try and sneak up on them a little bit.
It's a bit late for that, I
It's
think.
looking right at you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hikan has thrown away all semblance of stealth.
I suppose we could convince you to surrender.
If it makes any difference, your leader is dead.
Bartholomew speaks up as he kind of slowly begins to rise, and he says, "Oh, I figured as much. It is not exactly a quiet affair you had outside." He kind of
We get that a lot.
We can get louder, though. For your sake, I would rather you didn't.
kind of he turns around, and while the hood covers most of his head, you can see that there's a tired expression on his face. And he kind of looks over to all of you and says, "While I mourn the passing of dear Lord Grastel, he was one to revel in the aspects of war, be it small or large. I feel that in many instances that is what he would have wanted, as the man I have known for 10 years, and he likely would not have wanted to die in any other fashion, even if it was, in no doubt your mind, as an aspect of a nefarious scheme, no?" Artemis kind of like rolls his eyes and has like places a hand on the hilt of the sword that is currently scabbarded, or sheathed, I suppose. And he Bartholomew says, "As a chaplain of Din, I must inform you that there are very few instances in which surrender is really an option. But I would like to see you make your case. That's the matter. Why is it that you have come up to this mountain? Can't imagine it was to solely slay Lord Grastel, was it?"
If that is what you think, then, well, you've not been paying attention. We didn't come to slay Lord Grastel. That was not our purpose. The fact, however, that he was part of a conspiracy against the crown, well, now that we figured that out, there was no other way for him to continue those activities. and there was no way for him to apparently surrender, and so he died. Yes, we killed him, but he made the choice to not surrender and thus forfeit his life. If you think that forfeiting your life is the price you need to pay for your god, goddess, well, I've never really understood religion.
Couple of questions, Artie.
Hmm.
Since Hikan's parents were Sheikah monks specifically,
Yeah.
would he know at least? Would he have some understanding of the story of creation in Hyrule with the three golden goddesses?
Oh, I
and
would
the
think so.
symbolism of
Yeah.
the Triforce?
Hmm.
Okay. So Hikan, listening to Chaplain Bartholomew speak his case about war and how it would have been what he wanted and that stuff, and tightens his hand on the javelin, and then he points the javelin to the stones at his feet, and he draws a big thing, like a big, decent size, so they can see it from where they're at, depiction of the Triforce. And he kind of draws a crude symbol of Din, Nehru, and Furore in the respective parts of the triangle. He goes, I understand that people have faith and they put different aspects in it. I don't wholly get why all the time, but I can understand seeing such things. But if you focus too much on one aspect, in his and your case, power, and you throw out the aspects that don't tie with that, like the wisdom of which to know when is the time to use that power, and he crosses out the symbol of Nehru.
Hmm.
And you throw away the disregard of life that's there to express it, and he crosses out Furore, then power on its own is no longer supported and false. And if you keep doing this, throwing away or continuing his aspects of it, instead of helping us in some form find the last person responsible, then you could be consumed by the very thing that consumed him. And Hikan's grip is just really tight on his javelin right now. He also is very tired and is looking down opposed to looking at Artemis or Bartholomew.
Bartholomew kind of just like takes all that in. Says, do not discount my faith, the one, as disregarding the efforts and value of the others. Within our view, there is a need for war.
There is no need in which innocent life is thrown away for the sake of war. And Hikan starts to slowly look at Bartholomew. There is none.
And if that is your view, then I am afraid we are at a impasse.
And I run.
Okay. Roll for initiative, folks.
Well, he didn't quite specify if he's running towards him or away from him.
I run. I want to run towards them.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah. Initiative.
Okay, 20.
11. Oh no.
Let's see.
Darn it. This is bad. I'm after Hikan, so I can't do the thing I wanted to do.
Ooh, cleric goes first.
I've been very nervous about this line for like the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand that nervousness.
As a lightning bolt guy, I've been very nervous about this line.
You can walk past us.
That's
No.
a hell of a lot of initiative.
I know that people can walk past people, but bad guys are going first.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, one of them is. Deck, I need to go to... I think I need to do one more thing. Okay. Alright.
I hope Flame Ghost still has counter spell.
Let's see. Ugh. Okay. It would be a case if he was in a position to see the spellcaster. Let's see. What does he do first? The first thing that Bartholomew is going to do at this juncture is he's going to raise a hand. He's going to raise a hand and point it at the first three people in the door. So that would be Hikan, Renji, and Max. He's going to cast a 4th level hold person on all of you. So I need wisdom saves, please.
Oh boy. Oh no.
6. Oh god.
Not
Yeah,
anymore.
Finally.
Yeah, excellent.
Oh, how I loathe the old person.
Yeah. So Renji and Max, you're both paralyzed. And Hikan, you are fine. You managed to shirk off the efforts as the magic from Bartholomew. It feels weird, like it's this oddly radiant aspect, but it feels like there's something wrong with it. Like there's just this intangible thing you can't quite place seems to be off with this magic. And yeah, that's his main action. As a bonus action, because we're using Critical Role spellcasting, he's going to... so that was his 4th level slot. He's going to send a 2nd level slot to cast Spiritual Weapon, as he summons a... Oh god. He summons a what appears to be a longsword, a radiant-looking longsword. There's a wicked quality to it, and he's going to put it in range of Hikan, as the only person unable to be held, as it were. So I just need to find a sword to put on the map.
You mean a piece of grass?
You say this every single time.
Yeah.
A sword and a sword are two different things.
I know. But there we go. There we go. So, does a 27 natural 20 hit?
Does
Yep.
a natural 20 hit? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, Jesus. Okay, and that will be
Don't do this to
Bartholomew's
us.
turn. Hikan or Zelda. Ziden, fuck.
I
want.
Ziden
Look,
is Zelda now.
It's the first time that any of my NPCs have done this well in a turn. I'm spooked.
So Ziden, after musing about getting a princess dress for a bit, will step in here and...
The answer is always yes.
Well, let's see, how big is this one? It's a bit too big. Will turn into a giant bear.
Okay. Cave
I
Baron.
will focus on this guy to see if I can break his concentration.
Alright.
Biting claw.
Okay. First one misses, second one hits.
Is there any way for him to get less than 10 on a Constitution saving throw?
Possibly? He's not proficient,
Okay.
and he only has a +2 con, so let's see how he goes. He passes.
This time.
This time.
Excellent. Thank you, Ziden.
Okay. With that done, Flamgo's go. What the fuck can he do? He's going to use his Wizrobe step as his at-will Misty Step. To get around, gonna be here. And he's gonna use his movement. I think Misty Step is a bonus action, isn't it? Or is it a main action?
Bonus.
Bonus. Okay, so he's gonna use his main action to go over here, right at the back of the room, to keep out of line of everything. And then he's going to focus fire his stuff. He's going to cast Scorching Ray on Artemis. So that would be
Wizard fight.
1, 2, 3. 2 of them hit for 16 total fire damage. Nice. Max, I'm gonna need another wisdom
I
saving
don't like-
throw.
I might just say, like, I don't like this. Hey!
You're free.
That's the end of my turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Hikan.
Hikan's going to rush up, front handspring off the back of the bear to land here. And then, is it worth... You know what? Yeah, it is. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start off by attacking and using Flurry of Blows. I'm going to do 2 on Bartholomew first.
Okay. Hit.
19? Okay.
Yeah,
Constitution
that's-
saving throw, please.
We're flanking.
Oh, Constitution save throw. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
He's stunned.
Hey.
Perfect.
Can stun people concentrate?
27?
I
I think he still can maintain
Okay.
If
concentration.
Yeah.
he
Alright.
saves.
I've never had a stunned concentrating person before.
uh,
I believe
Uh,
stunned is auto crits, though.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Paralyze is
That's,
auto crit.
paralyze.
Stunned is just you have
incapacitate.
advantage on the attack roll.
Uh,
So he failed his con save to concentrate on whole person. So Renji, you're free now.
Yes. Good.
Okay.
Stun. Okay, yeah, okay, cool. And then with that, Hikan's going to say, you know, I've been under that spell twice today, and that one felt weird. And then I'm going to use the other 2 on Artemis
Uh-huh.
25.
That hits.
Constitution saving throw.
Okay. He's a wizard.
I believe he is proficient.
Incoming natural 20.
I think that passes.
Mm.
And then one more. 12.
12 is not a hit.
Alright. So that is Torn.
Okay. Spiders.
5, 10, 15, 20. So one spider will go into here, the other spider will go into here, and then
Can that spider move across a bit?
this one, it can
The
go
lower
there.
one, yeah.
And then they will both. Well, first one will attempt to web him.
Okay.
What's his name?
Artemis.
Artemis.
Artemis. Web.
That hits. He's webbed.
And the other one will try to web the other guy.
That's
Advantage.
advantage. So, natural 20. He's webbed.
Definitely webbed.
Sadly,
And then
that doesn't
I'll-
do any more damage on the persistent cold stuff, I don't think.
No, but at least they take a cold.
Yeah.
Neither recharges, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Great. At the end of the spider's turn, Renji, behind you. Actually, no. The spider behind it materializes a roguish-looking Hylian in mid-fall as he apparates in the middle of the room. He's going to use a short sword.
Damn it.
I don't know why it's GM rolled. I'll roll that again for the sake of fairness. 17 to hit the spider for 8, and how much sneak attack does he have now?
What's his level?
He's a level 7 rogue.
That's 4. Because
Okay.
it's sneak attack half level rounded up.
Ah, thank you.
Why does he get sneak attack? No one's flanking.
He was invisible and
hidden.
now he appeared. So he had advantage on the attack. But he's visible now. And no longer 20 feet in the air. So I'll get rid of that number marker.
Well, at least the spider can bite something now.
Yeah.
He's
Mara's
possibly
go.
not in the best spot.
Mara is going to remain out here on the other side of the door. Because it seems like a bit of a hot zone at the moment.
Yeah.
Renji.
Yes, I am going to slide across the spider's abdomen, or is it
Thorax.
thorax?
Cross is chitin.
And I'm going to then attack this newcomer here. And given that I am flanking,
Yeah.
I have advantage, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you
So
have
super advantage.
And you
I'm-
also get sneak attack.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Show him how it's
Okay.
done.
I'm going to attack with my Twilight Rapier twice. That is a 20 to hit
That hits.
for 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Then mid-strike I go, oh yeah, and I put I can't put Hexblade's Curse on him because that's once a day, or is it once per short rest? Once per short rest. Yes, I will cast Hexblade's Curse on this guy,
Okay.
and then I will attack again. So that is a 22 to hit
Uh-huh.
for 14 points of damage.
Okay. No. Oh yeah. I don't know
8
why I
and
thought.
14.
I was gonna say I don't know why I added the 6 and still came up with 14. It's been a long day.
It's alright, it's alright.
Just believe any number we tell you.
And we
no.
have the receipt.
All right. Okay. So
a total of 22 points of damage, and I say,
Oh,
why isn't anything ever easy?
Oh dear. All right. Artemis's go. What can he do while he is in this unfortunate?
I believe he takes a point of cold damage.
He does. Okay. Just want to have a look and see what this web thing does. Restrained target can make DC 12 strength check bursting the web on a success. So restrained. All right. Okay. Here's what he's going to do. He's going to try and lean out the other side of the bear as much as he can with the webbing, and haphazardly pick a spot over Nya. At which point, a small mote of flame emerges from his finger, whistles through the air, and hits that spot. And I would like everybody within 20 feet of that spot to make a dex save.
That's no fun.
Actually, no. He's gonna point it upwards in the air above the spider, basically in an area that doesn't catch him in it, because he's yeah.
Does Fireball
Rude.
have to hit a surface, or can it just go to a point?
Let's have a look.
He does not have to hit a surface. It's a point you see within range.
Okay.
I can't do dex.
Oh no.
Let's see. Spider's
Ah,
probably dead either way.
so that's 34 damage. For me.
34 damage for me.
Maslow?
Yeah, I will do a thing for Maslow. He gets a 24.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He has evasion now. I have
Yeah.
evasion. He gets it before I do.
Other spider.
Flamgo?
Oh yeah, I need to do one for Flamgo.
Unless Flamgo has counterspell.
You know, he does because he's used it before. Yeah,
Can he use
that's
it?
a good point. Flamgo will use his counterspell. Get your hit points back, everyone.
Oh, thank goodness.
Uh,
And your
Get-
spider, get your spider back.
yeah.
Hey.
Uh-oh. There we go.
It's like the guy's like leaning out because he's spending so much time trying to organize the hit to like point it in the right direction. Flanco just squints and is like, wait, no!
Everything goes
Just
black
stops.
except for like this one flash of energy, of light across his eyes.
Yeah.
No, I don't need the bear. I need the spiders.
Yeah.
Oh, it worked enough.
Yeah, that's fine. There we go.
On thumbs up Flamgo from behind the struggling Artemis.
That'll be his turn. Bartholomew is no longer stunned
until
unless
the
his
end.
turn.
No, he is stunned until the end of my next turn.
Oh, okay. Either way, he
I
doesn't
will
get to
do that
do.
for
He
you.
doesn't get to do anything.
You could just shove the spider back wherever they were.
Sure. They were here. They were after No, they were before Maslow.
Yeah.
I just moved Maslow down. There we go.
Okay. Let's see. That guy's stunned. This guy's restrained, but he just tried to use a fireball. So let's make a second fireball harder to achieve. Maybe if I go there or there. Is that still flanking?
Yeah, you can draw a straight line through it.
Good enough. Jump slice.
Okay. The 14 surprisingly misses.
The first
Right.
one wasn't even. Actually, the first one's a 17 game.
Yeah, I just need
It
to.
rolled that strangely.
There we go. Actually, no, I lie. The 14 hits. So it is a
Okay,
total of
that's-
19 damage.
19.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
He's a wizard. He doesn't have the greatest thing.
He didn't get a chance to put up special wizardly defense.
Oh.
I mean,
Well, you
to be
spent like
fair, you
20 minutes on top of your fight, so it was like he probably like I should I should not pop everything off until.
Oh yeah, so he
Alright.
just popped absolutely everything because we did that. It's like,
Yeah. Flam go. Fucking.
Can Hikan point at the cleric
Sure.
for Flamgo because he'll have advantage?
Yeah. Basically, he'll with Flamgo's actions, I'll be like, you guys tell me what he does, just for that aspect. But he will, yeah, he'll Scorching Ray. He will Scorching Ray. No, he won't, because no, he will, because that's really all he has other than Firebolt. Both fire. So that one there, level 2, level 2, level 2. Okay, so 22, 18, and 16. So the last one sadly misses, but the first two hit, and that is a total of 15 fire damage.
Alright.
Not bad.
As Flamgo puts up the feathery finger guns. Yeah. Alright, Max.
The lightning's gonna crackle down Max's arms and almost seem to form claws over his hands. As he's going to shocking grasp this rogue bitch.
And
That's
great advantage, so 28.
15.
Mm-hmm.
And I will spend 2 sorcery points to do it again. 21 lightning damage.
Nice.
Oh.
And it just to say, that's for dropping us on a dragon.
His only response is, "How did you survive?"
Raises crackling lightning hand.
we took down the dragon, now we're taking you down too. That's right.
Oh dear.
Throwing a deception check in there.
And then in Draconic says, with skill.
What? Alright.
Maybe he's heard the dragon talk before and recognizes that.
I think he recognizes the language but can't speak it.
Yeah. But he might
yeah.
recognize the language and go, oh.
What's that? Oh. What's up, Hikan? You're in a target-rich environment, it seems.
I am, and with this target-rich environment, I'm going to, it's like, okay, well, he's restrained, so I don't need to worry about him, and this guy is really annoying, and I don't like him because he encourages war. So 4 strikes on Bartholomew.
Okay.
With a 12, which misses.
Hit.
27, 20, and 19.
Alright, so that is 9, 15, 22 points of damage. Nice work.
Yeah. 1 Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Yes, an 8.
Stunlock the mage.
Yeah. Oh dear.
How do you like being held?
Hikan also for smash.
Yeah. To be honest, this entire party for Smash.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's action, bonus action. So
Okay. Ziden's spiders.
Okay, so the spider will nod at the bear will nod at the spider will nod, the spider will screech and jump through the air to land on this guy's face.
Okay.
For a... well, it's got advantage, so... a 22.
For-
6 piercing, and he needs a con save.
It's like 8. Oh yeah, 6 piercing, yeah. I forgot you were rolling it twice for the advantage thing.
I'm gonna get used to which does what.
If you go to the cog thing, you can set the NPC stat blocks to roll 2 as well.
Oh, so you can. On we go.
Let's see.
Low
Con
con
save.
save. Low con
No,
save.
That's
Yay!
Maslow's sheet. I clicked it wrong.
Oh.
I have a lot of
but you
sheets
can
open.
just-
It's still a 7
Still
though.
bad. So he
Yeah.
takes 11 poison.
Yep.
And he doesn't get the poisoned condition, but
No, that's only if he goes to 0.
he gets paralyzed if he goes to 0.
Hmm.
And then the lower one, with less dramatic screeching, will try and return the favor and fight for 21.
21, yeah. There's a 7.
Maslow.
And
Maslow already
so
rolled a
his-
con save.
He has.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take, for the sake of it, I'm gonna take the 13. It's not like he's doing
boo.
particularly well anyway.
Neither recharges.
Okay. Alright. On Maslow's go, he's going to bonus action disengage. He's going to hop over here. Going to maneuver here. And then going to one arcane. I'm going to need you guys to, I'm going to need the Spider, Max, and Renji to roll another dex save for me, please.
Please
Oh,
dex
poop.
save. Ah!
Oh, that's an 11. Sorry, I was still rolling with super advantage.
Okay.
This time it dies, but I'm going to leave it on the map for the moment.
Because it's the one with the initiative roll.
Possibly.
Yeah. Otherwise, it disappears from the initiative order. We have to do it all over again. Okay. As he kind of like claps his two hands together and then swipes one out to deliver a cone of flame in front of him. Fortunately, Flamgo doesn't have enough spell slots in order to cast counterspell.
Probably should hold on for the wizard's counterspelling anyway.
Yeah. But that'll be his. That'll be his. His their turn. And then it goes to Mara, who is going to. What would you guys like Mara to do? Do you want her to stay outside the door there?
Does she have a crossbow?
She has no ranged weaponry other than throwing a hammer, I guess.
Yeah, probably leave the hammer with her.
Okay.
And keep an
Could
eye
she
out.
apply a potion as an action?
She can. She will provide a healing potion to Max for 8 points of health.
Woohoo!
Need her to roll all my healing potions. She roll decent numbers.
Yeah.
Do you want people to feed you?
Fuck off.
Okay.
All right. So that will be Mara's turn. Renji.
Yes, I'm just going to jump over this pew and do twice a stabby stab again. With super advantage because flanking with Skulltula. Right?
Other Spider.
With other Spider.
Ah.
That is a 15 to hit.
A 15 is his AC.
Yeah.
Then it hits, and it does 17 points of damage.
Okay. Sweet. So you strike forth with your weapon, and it cuts a deep, terrible gash in his chest. Like almost all the air, all the wind goes out of his lungs. He kind of like desperately clasps at it. It's and he collapses to the side before dissipating in a pile of black pixels.
And with that momentum, I hold on. I heal, I believe, 8 points of 9 points of regain 9 hit points.
Mhm.
Why did I forget hit points? Because Hexblade's curse is ended.
Mhm.
I run with the remaining 20 feet over here.
Yep.
And I will strike at Artemis
Okay.
with my rapier for a 16,
That hits.
and I do 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay. As you run over, he kind of actually does he? No, he doesn't. Out of all the wizards I have ever built, he does not have shield. So as you run over and stab,
Isn't he stunned?
no, that's that is the priest.
Oh, the priest. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. You run forth and like hop into the air and strike forward with your weapon. Artemis kind of like goes to hastily try and bring up some kind of defense, but is unfortunately unable to do so as you find your blade striking true through his chest, and as he kind of looks at you in disbelief before he too dissipates into pixels.
Oh wow.
Oh, the only one left doesn't get a turn.
And yeah, with that, I look over at the mage and I say, "Isn't this enough?"
He can't respond to you. He's stunned.
No, he can make like some weird little noises.
He can't respond to you eloquently. He is stunned.
He can speak falteringly.
He is punch drunk.
Yeah.
Wait,
Literally.
Is stunned? Doesn't he get a wisdom saving throw on the end of his turn?
No.
Not with stunning
Wow.
strike.
Oh, nice.
Stunning strike is real
because
strong.
it's only one turn.
Yeah. Ziden.
Let's see. I can get around to here, I think. Just, excuse me, coming through your spaces. I'm a bear.
I don't think you can stand there.
No.
You have the wall.
That
You
is.
can squeeze through, but I think the rules is you can go there, but because I'm tight, I would have he would have advantage on all attacks against me.
Which you can't take because he's stunned.
Yes, I think that was the rule for being in spaces smaller than yours.
We'll look it up after the session. It's fine. It's not like it's gonna. He's in a position where it would be anything. Okay, so. Yeah.
If he's not dead, I'll roll with advantage to see if that's a crit.
It's no, he's very dead. You bite into him, and it kind of like crumple, like you can feel the armor crumple under the weight and pressure of your jaws. As you reel back and swipe at him with your claws, you like feel like a limb tear from him, like but still kind of be contained in the ragged mesh of his vestments and chainmail, and he just like under the he kind of falls a little bit, propped up only by the by whatever strength and tenacity the ice webs have over him, but he is very much dead, and the room falls silent as no more adversaries come to greet you.
I apologize for stun locking your mage.
That's fine. I'm gonna say this quite clearly. That fight went better for my side than I expected it to.
Okay.
He got a whole person off, and I almost had a fireball if I didn't forget that there was a counterspell unlocked for Flamgo.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's fine. Like, damage was dealt. People are hurt. It felt more like a challenge than any of the previous boss fights I've had in recent memory were, where they literally got to do nothing. Yeah.
Remember when we killed one in one turn?
Yeah, I do.
Surprise round, dead.
Yeah. That's where I learned a valuable lesson about the action economy. And while it was clearly in your favor right here, at the very least it wasn't so in your favor that it was a problem.
Yeah, it wasn't like 6 people against 1.
Yeah.
I'm using one of the things from the expanded features, so I'm rolling an unarmed strike, so that way it rolls my monk damage die
Nice.
for healing.
Nice.
I'm gonna drink that healing
Ooh, 1
potion.
point.
I'm gonna drink that healing potion Mara gave me earlier.
Yep.
Is there any way we can bring back the monk? The cleric?
Glancing down at him, like, you can see that the shoulder on his right arm, which had a shield on it, is separate. Like, even though you can't see the actual wound itself under his clothes, you can see that the shoulder is much further away from his torso than would be comfortable. Oddly enough, no blood.
So he sustained a very heavy injury. Where's my sunglasses? And Renji gets struck down where he stands.
Mm-hmm. We haven't rolled pun damage in a while, or bad joke damage in a while, but it's being changed subtly. Closer and closer you get to summoning Tiamat, so be careful.
Okay, so puns is how you summon Tiamat, and karaoke is how you summon the Trask. Got it.
Yeah.
Or you just use a scroll, apparently.
Yeah, there's a scroll of summon Tarask now, apparently.
Oof. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun adventure. It's like the deck of many things. Why would you put it in there?
True.
But yeah.
Can we investigate what is on his person? Because I apparently disappeared to enemy combatants.
Yeah, you did. You did kill them with your Twillet blade.
Yes.
So they.
Are we going to get your toilet blade to at least leave their stuff?
Yeah, the Harvester doesn't need their stuff.
Yeah, some rupees and some hearts.
Does the Harvester really need their clothes?
You don't know me.
Sometimes I like to feel pretty.
Well, they died in those clothes, so they're gonna be very, very messy.
I have to get my fashion tips from somewhere.
I'm centuries old, at least. You pick up a few things.
Just ask Renji for fashion tips.
But yeah, I mean, if you sent them to the Harvester, you technically would have their stuff if he has any information that we could use.
Can I try and summon something like the rogue's weapon, the short sword?
I mean, I imagine that with the packed weapon stuff, you'd be able to do that, but it would be like a facsimile. So it wouldn't be like if the rogue's short sword was magical, it wouldn't get the properties of it. It would just look like it.
No, fair enough. What does the cleric have on him?
He has one set of chainmail size for a medium creature, now ruined. He has one shield, which appears to be a metal heater shield with the symbol of Din on it. He has a warhammer, and he has a small book of prayers to the Cult of Din and stuff like that.
Cult of Din, or is this
the Church of Din? So whatever it is called as the religious congregation of Din.
Fair enough. I was wondering if this is a secretive offshoot or anything.
Oh, well, you'll have to ask around. Maybe Larson Graves might know something when you get back to town. If you get back to town.
Fair enough. I'll pick up that book of prayers.
In this actual room, was this meant to be a wall, or is it like a step up to where there's a statue? It
was meant to be a wall. I don't know what happened to the dynamic lighting on that one. I may have just forgotten to add it. But there is... Actually, no, I know what I did. It is a wall, but there's windows in it, which is why you can see through it.
Does the door open?
Yeah. The door is locked. For now. I imagine it won't be locked for long.
Do we have the moment now where Max and Renji both pull out their lockpicking kits at the same time and go, wait a minute?
Well, I would. But I don't yet have Thieves' Tool bought, I think, unless
You
I
did.
have them.
You
You
bought
bought-
them ages ago.
You bought them at the Wasp's Nest. You stunned
I-
people with the
oh.
amount of platinum you were dropping.
That is true. For some reason, it's I don't have it on my D&D Beyond sheet, so I'll have to like get that synced up. But yeah.
Same. But like, wait a minute.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
alright.
I can definitely pull that out and have a bit of a interesting.
Okay, give me a dex check with thieves' tools.
I will help.
Start Dex is proficient.
With advantage.
With advantage. Interesting.
I'm, help-
Makes it helping.
I'm helping.
14.
Okay, you spend a bit of time going through it. It takes you longer than expected to do this, but eventually you hear the tumblers drop one by one, and eventually the door opens before you.
I've not really had a lot of practice yet.
Interesting. My C-Still's number is higher than yours.
Your Dex might be higher.
Yeah.
Inside, you see what appears to be a large stone statue of an angel in prayer, gilded gold and other metals. It stands at the back of this room on a slightly raised dais.
How's the point of this room?
I blink and I look over at the statue to see if it is in any way, shape, or form magical.
You blink, and
I do not use the spell blink.
No, it's fine. You look over the statue. Seems to be some form of transmutation magic going on with it.
Okay, is it like, is it transmuted by itself, or is there a spell on it that has a transmutation skull in it?
There's not. You don't think there's a specific spell, but it feels like whatever magic is involved with this statue appears transmutation based.
Okay, is there any way I can find out if it's like a prepared spell on it, like the glyph?
Give me
Or
an
if-
Arcana check.
Okay. 15.
Okay. So with a 15, which is yet to actually there we go. With a 15, you kind of mull it over a little bit, and you can't think of anything that might be involved with this specifically. Like you can't think of any spells or any other kind of enchantment or glyph or anything that is remotely similar to what you might have encountered before in your studies. It eludes you.
Okay, I transform my rapier into a dagger, and I throw it
Okay, you throw it.
at the statue.
Okay. Cling, ting, 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 ting. As it reappears in your hand. Nothing seems to happen.
Okay, so that statue is magical in some way. It has transformative aspects to it. Ziden, Flamgo, any idea? Mara, Hikan, Max?
I think it's
Hikan just gives you the flattest stare.
I realized I've not asked you, and I didn't want to, like, not involve you.
Baden will peek his head around the corner, wiggle his eyebrows at it, then shake his head.
I don't know.
See.
My 4 says I don't know.
I don't know.
Flamco gets a 24. And Mara gets a 22. I am rolling really well today.
Yeah.
That concerns me.
I'm glad someone is.
Good luck for Wednesday, I guess.
Yeah. Bye, Ragnar. So Flamgo kind of like peers at it slightly. He then kind of like totters forward and actually into the room to examine it closely. Pokes it once or twice. Says, I'm not sure what might be involved with this. I know that it isn't specifically anything like the symbol that we've encountered in the chest in the other room. It's not a defensive mechanism. It seems like it's a focus of some kind for something else.
Whatever's happened to
was
Grasshole?
there anything in those documents about it? Renji has them, so...
Sorry, could you repeat what?
Was there anything in those papers about it?
I procure them from the bag and check them out.
Divine something of Din. That's what you're looking for.
There doesn't appear to be anything that makes mention of the statue itself. All it says is that Bartholomew would prepare a kind of elixir of some kind, and then provide that to Grastel as part of a religious rite.
Okay. I can't really find anything specifically, but Flamgo, do you think it has something to do with the transformation on Lord Grastel?
Well, let's have a look. And he's going to scan over the statue to see if there's anything on hand. So he's going to roll his perception check.
I assist.
You assist. Yeah, so he gets a 21. He says,
That I can help with.
yeah. Well, interesting. And he kind of like runs a feathered finger down one aspect of the statue. Says, "There's a seam here, and another one here, and what is this?" And he kind of like hunches down and looks at the like an area around the feet of the statue, and he pushes something on it, and it flips over and reveals a spout of some kind next to the feet. And then he kind of looks around a bit more and pushes another thing, and then sliding out of a secret compartment appears to be a journal of some description. It is a leather-bound journal.
I hold out my hand.
Is it closer to Max or Hikan?
It's closer to Hikan.
Okay. I will grab it and look through it, see if there's any languages I recognize before.
It is all written in common.
Okay. Then I will hand it over to Renji, who's definitely more well-read than I am.
Okay.
I'm probably going to read over it to see if there's any specific things that are obvious to me at a glance.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Mouse is looking between the statue and the spigot at the bottom with a very deep frown on his face.
Let's see. I'm just going to put this in your journal, Renji. So in the documents folder in your group thing, there should now be a thing entitled Bartholomew's Journal.
Yes. I'll just...
a moment to read through that. I can play with the statue a little
Sure.
bit.
Okay.
I will help play with the statue.
Give me an investigation check to play with the statue.
I will assist.
Okay.
I have -2, so...
19!
19.
Yay!
Okay. Investigating the statue. I love how Berdin has retreated to the very back of the cathedral.
Lie down, have a nap,
Chilling out with the spider.
talking about animal things. You wouldn't understand.
You find something near the back of the statue that looks like a complex mechanical mechanism, like a lever and a winch. This might be what is needed to open the statue, if it is something that opens up.
Tango, you might want to back up.
Before
Yeah.
we play too much with it, I'm going to try to turn on the spigot and use the vial of a healing potion if anything comes
Wait,
out. to
wait.
catch it.
As like Renji is on the last page of the journal, this.
His hands like covering over the spigot.
Max touching the lever, like what?
Okay, so I'm not sure if this specifically says anything. So this is from like the date says it's around 6 years ago. It says entry 577. I watched the angel in his cage. Such a beautiful creature, one I shall tend to lest I lose my power. It continues to scream at me, as if I had sinned, and that twists my stomach with dread and confusion. I thought I was doing well, thought I was helping Lord Grastel seek out the true path. I must speak to him, but not before finishing the statue in the gallery. Lady Din shall protect us. Lady Din shall protect this house. Our matron of war will be pleased with our actions in this lofty abode. Is like the statue does it have the form of an angel specifically?
The statue in front of you, yes, it looks like an angel in prayer. There was no statue in the gallery though. With this being 6 years ago, it might have been moved.
Yes.
Max went a few shades paler when you're talking about the screaming.
Right.
And is gonna say, I'm pulling the lever.
I was thinking you could get out the super fancy goblet and see if that reacts at all to the angel statue.
Oh, right.
Your vase. You've had a short
The
rest
vase.
now, haven't you? Yeah. Who
Yes,
had it?
I have.
So who had the the vase?
I
put
think
it in
I put
Renji
it-
bag of holding.
Yes.
Okay. See, I will also add this. This will be in your treasury. It is called the Vessel of Din. The wrong thing. It needs to be.
Yeah.
There we go.
The Vessel of Din. Vessel of Din, when the liquid that has fermented in the vase for a day is imbibed, drinker gains resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage, gains a +3 bonus to damage on attacks made using strength, and has advantage to charmed and frightened effects due to a powerful all-consuming battle fury.
Can't see where it is.
Oh, it's
Figure it out later, it's fine.
It's
Yeah.
just Renji.
Max isn't gonna use it, so.
I could use that.
Doing this incurs a level of exhaustion.
basically drinkable barb rage.
So, if no one stops it, Max is gonna try and open the statue.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Hikan's more into getting the statue now than getting the liquid.
Okay.
Okay. So, Max, you turn the mechanism on the statue, and it creaks and scrapes, but as it opens up, you see held inside of this statue appears to be what at first looks like a humanoid form with white alabaster skin, shimmering golden hair, and what would have been wings were they not cut off about 1 foot down the wingspan from the back. It seems to be held in place, and a series of smaller spikes and other aspects of the statue seem to have at one point been piercing its flesh, with a series of troughs at the bottom which would collect its blood, presumably to go to the spigot. as it opens and the cool air from the rest of the room appears, the supposedly angel looks at all of you with this pained, tired expression, and said something in a language I don't think any of you speak, unless one of you speaks Celestial.
God damn it, show.
How is it bound into it?
There's what appears to be a strap around its waist, and a couple smaller ones around its elbows. But whatever's remaining seems to have been whatever it was draining this thing's blood.
I'm going to draw a dagger and cut it free.
I'm going to help, definitely.
And then get him out of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I try and speak as many languages I can to just continue to repeat, like, it's okay, we're here to help. Common, Sheikah, Zoran, and then hesitatingly I say the same in Twilight.
Okay.
Oh yeah. What did Mara think it said?
Oh, right.
Oh yeah,
She
he speaks less, doesn't she?
She has a very base understanding of Celestial.
Yeah.
Max tries asking, saying the same thing in Draconic.
Okay.
Well, worst case scenario, telepathy.
That is the only idea he has.
Yeah. Mara is a little too stunned at the whole notion in order to really kind of offer insight as to what it might have said.
As I cut through the belts with Max, I turned to Mara and was like, "Did you hear what it said? What they said?"
Oh, right.
We can get that later. Let's get him out. Mara, do you have a good healing potion? And Hikan's in triage mode.
Yeah.
We're gonna get him out. We're gonna get him out of the statue and over to one of these pews.
All right, we'll put him over here. Yeah.
He can lie down.
Mara rushes over and uses a greater healing potion. Which I think is 4d4 plus 4, isn't it?
I believe
Yes.
so.
Does the angel react to the Draconic at all?
No.
Okay.
I will.
Or any other language?
Doesn't react to any other language, though it's hard to tell whether or not it's because it's like didn't understand you, or if it was because it's incredibly fucked up.
Mm-hmm. I look over at Mara and I say, "This is fucked up."
Ziden, how does your telepathy work?
I kept trying to say I'll try and engage telepathy with him because it automatically works if they have their language.
Okay. What would you like to say to this angel?
I suppose I'll start by just saying what the other was saying. Is you can rest now. We're gonna help you.
It's they nod very briefly and just kind of like slowly drift off almost.
To sleep, right?
Maybe.
Medicine check. That's a natural 1. He's dead!
I'm sure at least one person could help you with that.
Yeah, Mara will try and help you with that. She's fairly
Okay.
she's fairly intelligent. So, yeah, it's like I think he just needs some rest. Flamgo, as as tactful as ever, it's like, well, what? How? Why? What?
People are evil.
All for some damn experiment, huh? And he kind of like paces off to like
he pulls out his own spellbook actually and starts flipping through it like there must be something in here that is explaining what the fuck is going on, and just like flipping through it really quickly and ultimately not really finding anything.
Glad we didn't kill him. Yeah, Max is slowly getting more and more angry as he stands there.
So we might have to consider leaving now, or staying till he gets awake. Then we'll take him away from here.
I can stay watching over him if needs be. If the intention is to look through the rest of the manor, then I can keep a watchful eye over him while you investigate. But
I can take a look through the manor real quick. I know it pretty well by now.
Okay.
I'll go with you.
Okay. What I will say is that with Artemis's death, pretty much all the mechanical servants shut down. So as long as you don't go back into the gallery, there are no further threats within the manor. So if you would like to roll a investigation check or something of a fairly low DC as you spend time looking through everything.
Natural 20. Oh.
I was going to say, yeah, it's a natural 20 for Max.
Okay.
Hi. Tell me all your secrets, Castle.
Okay. So you find a variety of things, actually. Well, two things of note. The first one is that doorway that you went through that had that statue that tried to stop you from getting through, that leads up to a fairly cold room with just this one cannon in it facing a blank wall. Not sure why that's there. But that then leads into a larger two-floor room, which appears, as you kind of look around it, to be like the staff quarters. There's like a kitchenette there. There's several beds. There's like a table in the center of the room. There's some. There's a series of bookshelves on one wall, which mostly are notes about various arcanum and other magical aspects of it. If you spend time searching there, you find what appears to be a small piece of parchment wedged in between one of the books. It appears to be written in a language that you may not understand. Do you speak Abyssal?
Nope.
Okay,
It's
then...
okay. We'll read that in a bit. I have the telescope for translation.
So you
Yeah,
do.
I'll just bring it back.
Yeah. North of that room, you find what appears to be basically a massive armory. There is a big collection of weapons and armor that are for various different sized creatures. Like most of it is medium armor and seems to have a variety of different crests on it. There's ones that are clearly meant for Hyrule, but there are others for different places that you might not recognize. There's also some for much larger creatures in turn. But otherwise, the vast majority of the weapons in that room are largely mundane. There's nothing that jumps out at you as being magical in some way, shape, or form. As you're examining one particular room, which appears to be the landing room...
In the armory, Max will take a set of gauntlets.
Okay.
For a plan I have later.
Okay. You take a pair of metal gauntlets.
In the armory, how many... I'm looking for simple ranged stuff for Mara.
Okay, there's longbows, short bows, and crossbows.
I've had this light crossbow this entire time. Does she want that?
She will happily take it if you are willing to provide.
I don't need a light crossbow. She can have all
Alright.
my bolts as well. I've got like a number of them.
Other than that, I am looking for
81
things...
bolts. There you
Holy
go.
shit.
Okay, wow.
We found a bunch of them off some bandits.
That's true.
Yeah, you're right. I'm looking for ranged weapons for myself. Hand axes. Hand axes primarily.
Yeah, you find. Roll me a d10.
Cool.
You find 7 hand axes.
Awesome. I'm gonna add those to my inventory later, so it does the automatic stuff.
Okay. On the way back up, you pass through a lobby. Like, if you were to go through the western door of the dining room, you get into this nice big area. It's the same room that Renji and Hikan used for morning practice. As you move through that room, let's have a look at your passive perceptions. Yeah, they're pretty big. You hear from the fireplace on the south end of the room. Hey.
What?
I approach the fireplace. I hold out my hand to Max.
And
Hello?
cautiously we're behind you.
There, like, you look into the fireplace and you see what appears to be like coals, and there's a nice big sphere of coal in the very center of it, and there's like a pair of like red lines in it, and another singular red line. And
Is it an extremely powerful fire demon named Calcifer?
no. It's
His brother.
as you kind of examine it, the lines move slightly, and it says, "What's up?"
God damn it.
Fireplace is talking to us?
Not much. How are you?
Not much.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm a you.
A use bro?
Mm.
What's a use bro?
Feel free to make an Arcana check.
16.
16. 17.
Oh my god, 17. Holy, okay.
A Yuzboro is a type of fire elemental more commonly referred to as a flare dancer. In most instances, flare dancers have, like, they come from an aspect of the elemental plane that bridges both the earth and fire planes. They are a singular ball of lava rock that will give itself a body of some kind if set on fire. From what you understand of flare dancers, they are very mellow when extinguished and very excitable and destructive when actually on fire.
Huh. Neat. Did the wizard bring you here? Guy like this? Hi.
Yeah, dude.
I look to Max and just decide. What should we do with them? I turn to the youth bro. What would you like, other than to be set on fire? Because I'm tired.
Well, I would have been like to be set on fire, but, you know, if you're not able to do that, man, then I'm good here.
Okay.
Max is already losing interest in this. Checking out the rest of the room.
The rest of the room is basically featureless. There is a rug in the middle of the floor, but that's about it.
I'd like to try to touch it.
The Yuzboro? Sure. You poke it. It feels mildly warm to the touch.
Would you like to come with us?
What are you doing?
Matt's gonna turn around and just shake his head and go, no. You are not getting a new pet.
I mean, well, he's gonna be really lonely here by himself, and I don't have to keep him, but he's warm, and so he can help keep us warm on the way back down.
breaks everything. It's your
And
fault.
I'm not gonna set him on fire. I promise.
That's generally a typical thing you do with pets.
It stands
He's
to
not a
reason that
pet.
as an elemental, if you banish him, he will go home and stay home if you wanted to. But I don't know how many of you have the capability to banish people.
Oh,
think
totally.
I think I do, but I'd have to redo for the day.
Look, we can figure out where we're going next. We can stop somewhere, or we can stop at Castletown, and we can have someone take care of him and happily send him home later. I
Okay.
promise. I promise.
No, druids don't vanish. Sorcerers and warlocks do. As do wizards. Look at Flamgo.
I don't have banishment. Unless, I don't know. He kind of like stares at the spot where Artemis used to be. He's like, I don't know if he has a spell book of any kind. If he did, maybe he knows banishment.
Let me be back a second.
Did we see a spell book in his? What
A
looked like
spare
his?
spellbook.
You, in fact, did. You found Artemis's spellbook, which was.
Okay, just
I will check his
we
character
will
sheet.
look through that and see if he had banishment then.
Okay. These guys. Artemis Gaul. He had. What was his 4th level spell? No, his 4th level spell was Fire Shield. He did not have. He did not have banishment.
Do we still want to give it to Flamgo as a sign of good faith?
What else did he have in the book?
So basically, much like any other NPC, he had all the spells he had prepared were in the book. So he had Absorb Elements, Magic Missile, Expeditious Retreat, Blur, Mirror Image, Fireball, Counterspell, Blink, and Fire Shield.
It's also a book.
Come back.
I'm not entirely certain whether if we should give Flamgo anything as a sign of good faith.
I think I trust Flamgo. He was in a very bad spot, and we're giving him a chance to do better. But we're a team, so if you don't think so, I'm okay with your
Just
decision.
gonna put it in my bag and say, figure it out later.
Oh, you put the use burrow in the bag of holding?
Oh!
Oh,
The
right,
book.
the book, yeah.
We've been
I put the
talking about
use
the
bro
book.
in my hood.
Sorry, I misheard it as him, and I was like, oh, okay.
Put Flamgo in the bag. Wait.
But yeah, so you put the book in your bag, and you put the use burrow in your hood. He weighs a lot. Like, he's a 50-pound ball of igneous rock, just kind of sitting in your hood.
I
But-
guess we checked out anything else this year?
That was largely it.
Okay.
Most of the rest of the stuff that you find here is like raw material and bits and pieces to be made for weaponry that is ultimately due to be what's the word? Bits and pieces of weaponry that would likely have been shipped back down the mountain for whatever nefarious purpose was designed for this thing. And knowing that the gallery is now off limits, you can't really go back to the gallery because it's full of painting ghosts and a rug of smothering.
It's fine.
Did we find like? I was just assuming maybe gemstones because of the wizard, so you'd have spell reagents.
The cleric.
I'll have a look. I think so, but I've got a lot of notes here that I'd need to sift through. So I will update you out of game if I find anything.
As I'm gonna share that note with Ziden.
Okay.
Ziden
Turn
will
into Abyssal.
read it,
Notes include Mark 2.
but he'll get Max to like hold it up against a wall, walk away a bit, hold the spyglass.
Okay. not that one. That's his character sheet. And that one, edit, Rubber Pirate, Rubber Pirate.
Rob.
There we go. It's all yours to read.
Autosmith. To those who are reading this, you are clearly not me, and I can only do so I am either dead or have fled the manor. I write this in relation to the grand plan, one that's been moving along rather well since I got here, but I hold little loyalty to this plan. Working in this manner, I know that me and my skills are merely expendable. I was asked by Lord Grastel several days prior to spend some time in Hyrule Castle Town and provide a few interactions with representatives of the Twilight Lord, who happen to be rather dull-eyed children, all droning on with no sense of emotion, unnerving to say the least. While there, I spent a few moments trying to establish a teleportation circle back to the town with no such luck. That oaf Uriel can't establish a circle in less than a year, and this hag I found in the slums were of no help whatsoever. Trying to set up something here will be just as hard, I think. In the meantime, I will have to formulate my own escape plan.
Wait. I was spacing out, like talking to the used bro for a little bit. Was that Uriel as the third one?
Yes. He was trying to establish a teleportation circle in Hyrule Castle Town, and said Uriel couldn't do it in quickly enough. Does not explicitly mean Uriel is involved in anything nefarious, just
Okay.
standard wizardly work, I suppose, to make a teleportation circle. Although apparently there's a hag in the slums who has magic.
And something about children?
Interactions with representatives of the Twilight Lord, who happen to be rather dull-eyed children.
Rather delightful. What does that mean?
What does what mean?
Rather delight children.
Dull-eyed.
Oh, dull-eyed children. Oh. But eyes are eyes.
Like when
think
you're
he means-
tired.
Oh, okay.
I think he means sort of uninteresting. What do you imagine of a typical monotonous person?
Things to dwell on.
Yeah.
As you kind of contemplate it, feel
Guess
free
we'll
to.
I guess we're gonna camp in this room with the angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think by now the spider's probably gone.
Yeah, by now have I and Mara heard anything from him?
He's
or
still asleep.
them? Okay.
He's been. It's one of those things where it's like he's probably not going to be waking up for a very long time. Assuming that he's still alive, it's likely that he won't be waking up anytime soon because he has been trapped in a torture statue for the last 6 years, assumedly. It has not been a pleasant experience. But yeah, as you kind of just spend time camping in the room, getting your health back, we will call the session there for the night and continue on next time. Congratulations, you have conquered Snowpeak Manor, which means you level up.
Yay!
Yeah, and a bunch of things hath happened. So
Oh my god, I can be birds now.
you can be birds now, which means I have to spend pretty much an entire morning re-adding stuff to your library of beast forms.
Goodbye, ground. And Ziden was never seen again.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the whale and the bird of petunias. Hello, ground. Oh, I hope it'll be friends with me. Splat.
Oh no, not again.
That's the bird of petunias. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Oh,
yes,
7.
I thank you everyone for joining us on episode 57 of Hyrule Chronicles. I'm ArticulateT. I have been the GM, and with me today I have had Renji Vox being played by TheNetherlad.
Tired, but glad to have done all of this. Next time, dragon.
Yes. I have had Hikan Sio being played by Alvarance.
I don't know what to do after the dragon, though.
We just got this note.
I have had Ziden Shari being played by Rubber Pirate.
Goodbye, people.
And I have had Max being played by Keistrith.
Bye.
We'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye bye now.
Bye.
Bye.